Hey, how's it going? All right, my name's Tyler. One of the questions I've actually have gotten lately is how do you deal with overthinking? Now this is kind of interesting because one of the most dangerous things I've ever done happens to be sitting down and think. I always kind of say that with a lot of people. Not all the time, but the reason why I always kind of joke around with that when it comes to overthinking is because it can really put some strain on the brain. and yeah, so how do I deal with it? Well, a lot of times is basically I just go to a place like this, a place where there's nature. Now that's one thing I like to do, but if I had a better setup in my room, I would show you that place would be the place where I just sit down and overthink. Or just think in general kind of stuff. What do I think about? Well, a lot of things too, especially when it comes to social situations. Like for example, all right, I'm going to do the thing, and how am I going to do this? I need to make a good impression, kind of stuff. So yeah, that's what I kind of do. And even after the social situation, like for example, this upcoming trivia I'm going tomorrow. I decide to invite a few friends over too. To play some trivia law and all kind of stuff too. So I kind of just overthink about those kind of things too, and it can be quite. What am I trying to say? It can be quite. See, look at that. I'm overthinking at the moment, so I apologize. But you understand what I mean. So that's one thing I so yeah, that's what I kind of do. And even after the social situation, I kind of just overthink. It's like, what did I do right or what did I do wrong? And that can be kind of hurtful in a way too. I do it oftentimes, even when it comes to the art and all that kind of stuff too, which kind of begs another question involving. Oh man, yeah, looks like there's. I was about to go to the baseball stadium right over there, but it looks like might be a little too noisy at the moment. So let's turn back. So the other question that I've been receiving is how do you stop and calm down and look at the big picture? Well, yeah, well, same when I go to the computer. You see when I'm not too working too much. I like to do a bunch of computer projects, whether it be like some art projects or just some organizations or just make some videos and all that kind of stuff too. That's right. Sometimes I like to make some videos just for the fun of it. A lot of them probably aren't too good for YouTube to handle. So I kind of just make them all by myself. It's like you don't have to get it, but I don't have to explain it. And as long as it makes me happy, that's why I kind of do it. So stop and looking at the big picture. It's like stop where you are and just think for a moment. Look at your surroundings, and then listen to what you are saying. And if you need to, ask for guidance on what to do. It's okay to ask even when some even when you think you've got it. It's all right to ask. There's even if you're at this age kind of thing too. So it's definitely all right. Let's see, which trail should I go? I'm trying not to overthink on this one. Let's go this way. And that also brings up to the next question, and that's a question is, what do you do to relieve stress? I'm very glad whoever asked that question. You deserve a gold star. Well, actually, all questions deserve gold stars too because they're so equally important. But yeah, it's like Tyler McNamer. What do you do to relieve stress here and there? Well, one of the things I like to do to relieve stress is just make videos, and sometimes I even like to doodle a little bit too, or draw here and there too, or sometimes even just like go shopping. That's one thing I like to do here and there. It's like shop for clothes or even like new hair products or something like that too. Sometimes I like to just play with my hair a little bit too. When it comes to product now concept too, trying my best here and there. But yeah, that's some things I like to do, and especially when it comes to writing, because writing is just it's just oh, looks like this place has a little house over there. So let's turn back. But yeah, it's like before I wrote the two books, I would spend most of the time just writing stories. It's stories that kind of matter, at least to me, because a lot of times I don't really think a lot of people would understand how I write or all that kind of stuff. Although sometimes I do kind of have this little idea that I've been kind of just going through here and there, and maybe it might be in the public, and especially when it comes to animation, all that kind of stuff. That's another thing that I like to do to relieve stress is to animate, and on the computer, 3D animation. It's something that you see like on DreamWorks or Blue Sky or something like that too. That kind of stuff. So that stuff looks like a lot of fun, and I've been spending a good chunk of time trying to figure it out. And I've tried something still in its layout stage, and it didn't really turn out as good as I thought it would be. But that also brings up to okay, just the idea of to keep trying, just to keep making all these different mistakes here and there too. And it's like I always look at these mistakes and kind of just laugh at. I mean, even back then, I would back then I would just definitely look at these mistakes and completely lose it, kind of stuff. But that was a long time ago too. It just took a lot of time to kind of just look at these mistakes and just see them as simply mistakes, and you can just learn from them here and there too. And I guess another thing to look at the big picture and relieve stress and overthinking. A good place to overthink, I believe, is very healthy. Huh, looks like the leaf blower has decided to stop. So let's go to the baseball stadium. So along with those three different questions, along with overthinking and seeing the big picture and relieving stress, one of them, no, one of my favorite places to go next to my room and going out into nature happens to be the library. You see, the library is probably like somewhere around up the hill. And I can simply walk over there too. It's a little crowded at the moment, and I don't really want to bother people when I'm talking to you. So maybe next time, maybe someday. But it's true. I enjoy the library. It's so much that I would spend hours and hours and hours just looking at books and checking out books and finding all these really nice materials and all that kind of stuff too. Like even with even movies and all that kind of stuff too that I can check out, and especially music because that's another thing I like to do when it comes to relieving stress is listening to music. I used to be a DJ back in the day. I think it was intermediate through post high school, and it was a lot of fun just playing all these different tracks and different songs here and there too. And to me, that's always pretty nice. The popular stuff is pretty cool, but one thing I like to do to relieve stress is just to simply discover all these different tracks. And I guess the whole discovery part is always worth it. Just kind of discovering these new things, and some things that are maybe underappreciated or something like that too. And that's why a little bit of Tyler trivia is that one of my all-time favorites favorite artists happens to be the Julia Dagger. Erin Roberts. She's a talented singer songwriter, and I enjoy her work so much. And it's so people that have so much talent and may probably didn't get to the big break that they deserve, whether they like it or not. Oh, look at that! Looks like the ball field is close. I guess we can't really quite go there at the moment. But I was about to run the bases while we do this. But yeah, I guess the discovery part is what kind of helps me not to overthink as much. I mean, if it's like taking the information and process it kind of thing. that takes a lot of overthinking here and there. So that's why we kind of good. That's why it's important to just first thing you do is just stop and just think about what you're doing. Look at your surroundings and listen to yourself and listen to the advice people have on you. But first, things first. You just gotta make sure you just stop and and just yeah, just kind of just I think, but not too hard. Just stop and think to a level that doesn't make you go crazy, kind of that kind of thing too. So that's why I kind of go for that kind of stuff. I wanted to run the basis when I'm wanting to do this video, but it says keep up off the turf. So that's why we gotta be a little flexible here and there. So maybe next time once it's all opens and it's like that whole thing about flexibility where it kind of like where it's like when it comes to autism, it's like flexibility can be quite challenging at times too. But that's why we still go back at it. Still practice on being flexible, and then have that opportunity to say hey, it's okay, and then it's next time or maybe even next day it'll be even better. So that's why we gotta have flexibility and especially patience kind of thing. So that's what makes it nice. That's what makes it really nice for that kind of stuff. So that's what I would say when it comes to overthinking and seeing the big picture and relieving stress. The big picture happens to be just the priorities at the moment of what needs to be done. And sometimes I'm guilty of not doing it as well, but I'm trying my best and getting better for looking at the big picture and all that kind of stuff. I guess I kind of just do more of those whole stress relievers when it comes to doing video projects and art stuff and writing stuff that kind of forgot to stop and look at the big picture here. So let's work on that together, shall we? My arms get tired. So that's why I'm switching. get a bit of an angle kind of thing. So yeah, that's what I would say. And when it comes to overthinking, it's okay. Just stop and think about your surroundings without putting strain on your brain. so so yeah, I think that's what I probably would recommend. And even having conversations like this, it makes me think, but not ever putting strain on the brain. So I guess it's kind of nice in a way too. Just going back and looking at the big picture and all that kind of stuff. And maybe afterwards I'll go back to making some art just for me, or just for the fun of it too. It's I guess we'll just keep it as a mystery for now. just it's just it's just that's just me personally. Yeah. What about you? What do you do for when it comes to overthinking or just stop and seeing the big picture, or heck, even what do you do to relieve stress? It's a common question for a lot of us, and I thank you very much for asking me on my point of view for this. But yeah, what do you think? I mean, what sounds good for you? Just please let me know. And yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in here in this playground. So yeah, just please let me know, because I always like a good conversation. And we will work through all these things together. So yeah, I probably should stop before I go on a ramble, because according to the duration bar down there, looks like I got looks like I'm not. Yeah, got a few seconds left. Yeah, and before I overthink too much. So yeah, thank you so much for your time, letting me to think real good, and I'll see you on the next video. Feel free to check out these other videos there, and we will meet again. No limitations, only adjustments. Thank you so much.